It's kind of dim in here. Shalom, peace and blessings. This is Sister Gabby, Herbally Defined, or Mother's Herbal Instincts, depending on which platform that you got. And this is my video to encourage you all to say no to vitamins. Okay, hold on just a moment because it's kind of dark. Try to lighten this up. Will it lighten? Okay, wait. Give me a moment, guys. I accidentally unplugged the lamp. There we go. Okay. All right. So I know for those of you who are subscribed to my channel, you've probably seen this live video link for about 4 hours now. It's because when I was going to go live, I had some other things come up. And then, of course, my shepherd went live. So I said, okay, can't go live right now. And then I had another broadcast that was going live. So now I'm live before I go home and go to bed. Okay. So I have some notes down here. I think the name of the video I put is why I do not take prenatal vitamins when I am pregnant, or in general. I don't take prenatal vitamins. I don't take multivitamins. I don't take any type of supplements that are geared towards putting the the normal daily intake for vitamins and minerals, I guess. And this video is to show you or explain to you why. Because I know it sounds like, what? Why wouldn't you take a multivitamin? Or why wouldn't you take a prenatal vitamin? You're pregnant, okay? How does the baby get its nutrients? Well, I'm going to explain that to you because the truth to that is this. Whatever you eat, whatever you drink, the baby is going to get everything. Okay. So what the doctors try to do is they direct you towards taking a supplement, or supplements what we know as vitamins, or additional omega-3s, or iron supplements to be a benefit for the baby, but it's not a benefit for the baby. The baby's gaining everything from you. So you're actually taking it to replenish yourself. But what I'm going to explain to you today is going to open up your eyes and your understanding on letting you know that it's not replenishing anything for you. Okay. It can actually be causing an adverse reaction to your health. Okay. It could be one of the reasons why you deal with constipation, why you deal with different allergens, why you still deal with symptoms of headaches, migraines, still feeling like you're depleted. Okay, so I have a lot of notes down, and I want to say also to this that your genetic structure plays a major part on whether or not you would be termed as nutritionally fit or malnourished. Okay, so what I mean by that is Caucasians or Europeans, their intake on a vitamin or micronutrient level and mineral level is a little bit, well, a lot more less than what the African or Black or Hebrew or ethnic or colored being would have to take. So when you look at the natural nutritional guidelines or the natural standard food guidelines for uh, people as a whole, what they have out there, that standard is for the European. So you have like your standard, I think, what is it, 2,000 calorie a day intake. So this is just an example for the European that works perfectly fine. But if you are like of my descent, that would be doubled for me. Okay, that's just a example to just show you the ranges between. There's different nutritional intakes that take place per your genetic structure. Okay, so with dealing with getting the right amount of vitamins or getting the right amount of micronutrients or the right amount of minerals in your system, that plays a major role. But what for everybody, whether you're European or you are from African descent or you're, Polynesian or what else? Germanic, whatever. I think that's still considered European. Um, Taking vitamins isn't good for any of you, any of us, okay? Especially the forms that we find in the stores. All right. So why I don't use prenatal vitamins. Number one is they're useless. And you can find many different studies showing you that there's no scientific proof that they do anything for your health. In fact, there's more scientific proof showing how many people are affected negatively health wise because they take it. Okay. So I have down here um, different vitamins that you may come across that you want to just like not pay attention to. There are different vitamins where they say they are enriched with antioxidants. Skip it. No benefit. Okay. Multivitamins, skip it. Vitamin C, please skip it. Vitamin C does not help with your immune system as much as it is being pushed out there. It's actually being pushed out there so much so that the industry can benefit off of it profit wise. Okay. Which is a lot of this. Multivitamins, prenatal vitamins is all so that there could be a big profit for the industry. Okay. It's not to benefit your health whatsoever. Vitamin B3 and vitamin E as well. Okay. I think I've talked about this before. The reason I'm saying skip all of this because the best source that you can ever get any of these different minerals, macronutrients, or vitamins is from a raw food source or food in general. Plants. That is the best source that you're going to get it because you're going to get it into your system where it's going to function properly. You're going to have the right amount of other vitamins. There. Okay, so say you need vitamin C. Okay, well let's do this. Most people have an iron deficiency, right? And so, with iron, you're mostly encouraged. I know when I was pregnant with my son, Demori, and I was going through the hospital system, I was going through the medical system. I was told to get the over-the-counter iron pill called Slow FE. I believe that's what it was called, but it was a high dosage. It was upping my iron dosage. But what they didn't tell me was that I needed vitamin C with it as well. Okay, the only way that your body's going to actually be able to absorb the vitamin E is if you have vitamin C with it. And this is what is not really said to people when they go and try to buy one specific vitamin because they're low in it. Okay, say you're low. I'm low in iron. I need vitamin C to help process the iron for my body to actually be able to absorb it. most of the time that's not what happens. So you get people getting overdose of taking niacin or taking, which I've done that before. I had an overdose with taking niacin because I was low with niacin, but I did not know that I needed to incorporate other essential vitamins to help with the absorption of the niacin. And I end up having all of the effects of headaches. I had flushed skin. My skin got really hot. I sweated profusely for about an hour and a half. And I'm like, what is going on? Well, because I tried to take just one vitamin, and I did it in a large dose without the other help of other nutrients that help play the part in it actually absorbing. So this is why it doesn't work. That's just like a simple example to explain to you. Most of the time, it's not going to work. There are other reasons why it's not going to work, and we're going to go to that. I've already made the statement that there's really no substantial evidence that supplements actually benefit your body to any good degree, or your health. And one of the main reasons is because it's synthetic. Anything synthetic is not, it can't replace anything natural. I don't care how many times they put it in the laboratory, they put in the microscope, they add whatever to it. Nothing synthetic is going to replace what's natural. And that's what we have to understand. When you're buying this pill form, it's synthetic. It's not going to help anything. Only multivitamins I recommend is if it's all herbs and it's in a capsule, a vegetable capsule, where you can eat and consume it because you're still getting the raw source. If it's peeled and it's compacted and it's a little powder, don't do it, because you don't know what you're getting. You don't know what you're getting. If you don't have the money to crush up your peel, put it in an envelope, and mail it to a laboratory to get tested, I wouldn't trust it. Okay. I think I may mention it's a play on words that they use. If you pay attention to a lot of the commercials, they make it look and sound good. They go get the fittest looking woman, the fittest looking man, and they tell you how, they make it look really good, but it's all just a play on words to get you to spend some money. Okay. A lot of it is bad for you because it's synthetic. I'm going to keep saying that. It is synthetic. Anything that is man made and manufactured, ultimately at the end of the day, is designed to tear down your system. Okay. The focus should really be placed on minerals in conjunction with vitamins, which I kind of just went over briefly. How the iron breaks down or processes in the body to where it's be able to absorb is by having vitamin C with it as well. Okay. So the vitamins have to have, the supplements have to have the vitamin and mineral relationship going on. And it has to be properly put together. It can't just be a little bit of that and then a whole bunch of this. Because this is where you get your constipation, this is where you get your dehydration, this is where you get all the different side effects that you normally have when you're taking these things. Okay? It's almost like you need to go through a whole class before you actually pop open the bottle to take the pill. Did they properly explain this to you? Do you know you're going to feel like this if you don't do it like this? Or, so I'm trying to do this quickly because it is kind of late and we still have to drive home. But if you have any questions, if I don't answer them in the video, you can feel free to email me at mothersherbalinstincts at gmail.com. You can also go to my Facebook page and you can click on send an email, or you can go on the messenger and type your question in there and I will get it. I may not get it right away. I may not be able to respond to it right away, but I will get it. Okay. And I do my best to try to answer all the questions that come in a timely manner. So just know if you go ahead and send it, I have it. And I do plan on responding at my earliest convenience. So for me, what I do, because I don't take it, is I make sure I eat a balanced, my lifestyle with eating is very balanced. Okay. meaning I make sure that I get all the micronutrients that I need to thrive. I don't just focus on, okay, you need this, this, and this protein, 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 and not this. I make sure that I'm getting from each group. I'm eating what is supposed to benefit my body. So that way, whatever baby needs, he's going to get it. And then I'm eating to replenish. So I'm not only eating to build a life within my womb, I'm also eating to make sure that my body is replenished as well. Because it's going to be 9 months, 10 months that you're carrying this baby, and this baby's going to be pulling from you for 9 to 10 months. So I have to make sure that I'm eating more than what's required. At least required is the minimum. So for me, I know that because of my nationality or my ethnicity, my body needs a lot more than what the standard is for the average American, or the this dietary guideline that they have for the U.S. That doesn't work for me. It has to be higher than what is actually put out there. Because if I eat according to that, I will be malnourished. I will lose my teeth. I will be frail. I will be anemic. I will be everything that they normally classify Black women as having when they enter into stages of pregnancy. If you ever paid attention to it, if you are a Black woman, a colored woman, if you ever paid attention when you go to the hospital to get your checkups for, your prenatal care, when you are pregnant, number one thing they say is you're anemic. You're anemic, your iron is low, you're underweight, um, you're having headaches. It's because you're malnourished, and you're malnourished because you've been following the dietary guideline that has been laid out, but that dietary guideline does not apply to you. You actually need more than what is expected or what is acceptable according to the U.S. standards. Okay, so this is why a lot of Black women suffer nutritionally when they're pregnant. It seems as though they're not getting everything that they need into their system. Okay, so that's why I said for me, I make sure that I eat a well balanced diet. I eat a well balanced way, and I make sure I eat a lot of it. I don't get tired of eating it either. I eat in a way where it's going to replenish my body, and it's going to be enough for the baby to take from. Because the baby's going to take from you first. Whatever's left is what is left for you. Okay. So what I do is I incorporate a lot of herbs into my diet. My diet is not herbs. My diet is full of vegetables. It's full of water. You have to have water. This is a tip. If you deal with muscle weakness, especially after having the baby, or even during having the baby, like during being pregnant with the baby, a lot of it is probably because you're lacking vitamin D. Vitamin D is very vital for your immune system, but it's also very vital for the structure and strengthening of your muscles. Okay, you want to make sure that you have a lot of vitamin D. That's good for immunity. You also want to make sure that you trying to reconnect me. Well, it says it's still going. I don't know. Can y'all still hear me? Let's see. All right. Okay. Well, it just moved. Vitamin D is very vital for your immune system, and zinc. They don't tell you that. They tell you vitamin C. Zinc and vitamin D. Staying hydrated. You have to stay hydrated. Okay. I encourage herbs as an alternative for your prenatal vitamin. Find the herbs that are highest in everything that you're going to need to function properly. Grind those herbs up, find the best source, grind those herbs up, put them in some capsule form, and there you go. You have your own prenatal vitamin. That would be better for you than actually having or purchasing a prenatal vitamin from any other place. For one, take into account how long has it sit on their shelf? What is it made of? Is it a powder? Is it herbs? Is it, actually take into account what is it really containing? Who is vouching for this? Is this really a reputable company? Okay, where's the proof that what is in this pill is what they say is in this pill? Okay, because a lot of you could be feeling good just because you have a really good eating lifestyle. And then some of you could just be feeling bad because you don't have a good eating lifestyle. So it seems like the vitamins are actually doing the work, but it's actually you doing the work because you're making sure that you're eating properly. Okay, so herbs is my go-to, which is vital for proper, what I put in here. It's very vital for proper immunological functions. Okay. These are other foods that you can eat in conjunction with the herbs. Mushrooms are high in vitamin D. They're really good for you. Our diet is full of mushrooms. We eat oyster mushrooms. We eat tons of portobello mushrooms. So mushrooms is a really good source of your vitamin D. Of course, the sunlight is a good source for your vitamin D. And it's very important for those who have the colored skin to make sure that you're getting the right amount of sunlight that you're needing throughout the year. Because we are over here in America, we are very deficient in vitamin D because we come from a place where we stay in the sun continually all the time. So naturally, a black woman or a black man or a colored woman or a colored man, you're gonna if you go get your blood tested, you're gonna be low. You're gonna be low on vitamin D just because we're no longer in a region where we have access to sun around the clock. Okay. Sorry, I got that little. I'm clicking my pen. Also, cod liver oil for those of you who aren't vegans. You can do the cod liver oil. That's really good. With building up your immunity and also getting the essential antioxidants that you would need. And of course, I already said sunlight. You have to make sure. I already said that you have to make sure that it's taken in conjunction with the vitamins/minerals that will help the body absorb it. Okay. Another reason why I don't recommend the vitamins or any type of vitamin, prenatal or multivitamin, is because it's fairly new. I don't think anybody really knows how new vitamins really are, how new they've been on the scene. Trust me, our people and other primitive nations have been living and existing for a very long time, and they never had to do anything or hear any type of conversation about, okay, you need to start ingesting vitamins or prenatal vitamins. I'm going to tell you how new this is. I wrote it down. I wrote the year down. The first vitamin came out in the 1940s. The 1940s. So think about everybody before 1940. Think about all the women before 1940. What were they doing before prenatal vitamins ever entered onto the scene? Your grandmothers, my grandmother, great grandmothers, they never even heard of a such thing as a prenatal vitamin. My husband's grandmother was 93, 94 years old. Never heard of a prenatal vitamin before in her life. In her life of childbearing, didn't hear of a prenatal vitamin, didn't take a prenatal vitamin. And every last one of her children, I believe she said, was over 9 pounds. All of my children have been, I've had 8 pounds, 9 pounds, and 10 pounds. And all of those children were developed without prenatal vitamins. So I'm telling you, prenatal vitamins are not something vital that you have to have. It's based off of what you're putting in your body. If you're eating foods that are high in phytonutrients, they're high in the vitamin content, they are high in, you know what? I'm going to stop saying this because the word vitamin is new. It didn't come until 1940. So what were they terming vitamin? These are nutrients and minerals. Okay, as long as you're eating foods that are high in nutrients and minerals, you are going to be good. High in your antioxidants, you are going to be good. And there's plenty of foods here on the earth that is high in that. We actually have a diet over here that depletes the body of these important nutrients. It's called the Western diet. Fats, oils, fried food, your hydrogenated oils. That's what's tearing your system down. That's what's making your body be depleted of all of the nutrients it needs to actually thrive. So it's fairly new. 1940s, the term vitamin did not exist before then. Want to make sure y'all knew that. So you don't think that this is something just new. No, vitamins are new. That's new. I already made the statement, synthetics will never replace the value you receive from what the Father has naturally created. And see, that's what's happened. Our minds have been played with so much that we start thinking that what man has made is actually better than what is naturally growing out of the ground. And that's just all with the mindset. That's all that we've been tricked to believe, that if man hasn't put his hands on it, if he hasn't approved it, then it's not the best thing for you. Okay? It was perfect in its natural form. That's with anything. A vitamin is not in its natural form. And that's what makes it very detrimental to your health, because it's not in its natural form. When it's in its natural form, it has everything that it needs to actually properly break down, actually properly process or be absorbed in the body. The body cannot absorb synthetic material. It doesn't. All it does is it gets clogged. And then you're clogged, and then you're constipated, then you're backed up, then you have this overload of toxins, then you have parasites that begin to build up in your system, because now it is thriving off of all of the synthetics and the chemicals that have been allowed to come into your system and just sit in your bloodstream. This stuff just flowing around in your bloodstream, getting deposited into your adipose tissue, because whatever the body doesn't know, it's going to throw it right on in there. Okay. Now, like I said, I recommend your vitamins being herbs, but there's also there are some vitamins that are raw powder form. What they've done is they've taken the actual vegetables or the actual fruits, and they've dehydrated them and made them into a raw powder form. So if your vitamins aren't derived from a raw dehydrated food or herbs, I don't recommend you getting I don't see you getting any type of benefit from it. The creation of life is divine. Okay, it's a divine gift, and it's inexplainable. It's an inexplainable order that can't be duplicated by man. It's beyond the human intellect, and that is what I'm trying to push out there for you to see. The best example that I can give you is breast milk and formula. Okay, this is why the reason I say breast is best. I don't care who it comes from. If you're a mother who cannot produce breast milk, or you're a mother who is not able to lactate enough, do not put your baby on formula, because it's synthetic. And you can see the effects of the babies who drink formula versus the babies who drink breast milk. This is the same with those who take prenatal vitamins or multivitamins, and those who just eat a diet full of key nutrients. You can tell the difference. Okay, if you take breast milk and you put it under a microscope, it is living. You will see cells moving and firing and going back and forth. If you put formula under a microscope, you'll just see clumps of powder and liquid. It's dead. There's no movement, there's no life in there. It's the same with vitamins. Do you want to take a pill that has no life in it, or do you want to eat a substance? Do you want to eat food that is full of life, full of energy? Okay. The best example I can give you is breast milk and formula. Okay. There is nothing. Think about all of the studies, think about all the tests, think about all of the trials that formula has been through. Each year they're coming out with something else to add to formula to make it be similar or mimic breast milk. It'll never mimic breast milk because breast milk is alive. Formula is not. It's full of synthetic compounds, and synthetic compounds is not going to function properly in the body. This is why you have a lot of children who deal with colic. This is why you have a lot of children who have skin rashes, a lot of children who have all different types of allergies that have never even been in existence. You have a lot of children who cry a lot. They're just very gassy, you know, they get fevers, they get sick very often. It's because of the synthetic compounds that are being allowed to be ingested in their body. It's man made, it's not a natural source. Okay, that's the best example I can give you with eating or ingesting or taking a multivitamin or prenatal vitamin and not using just natural food and or herb, because chemical compounds, what do I have on here? Yeah, I just said it. Chemical compounds cannot create a living substance. You can't do it. You're taking something dead to create life out of it. You can't do it. You cannot mimic the Father. You can't mimic the Father in anything, not even something as small as a vitamin, a nutrient, something that would seem very small and simple to make. You can't do it. And so breast milk was my example. And hopefully this helped you guys. But if you're interested to see what else it is that I do to be able to get the same benefit and more, then I can do another video. I think I did a video in the past showing you everything that I take, everything that I ingest or incorporate or add to my food to be able to have healthy babies, and then I'm still healthy and I recover quickly. With each child, my recovery has gotten quicker and quicker because I've started to, the Father's just been revealing more and more to me about the structure of my body and what it needs to be able to bounce back, or what it needs to be able to stay nourished. Okay, so if you're interested in me doing another video like that, you can email me, you can text, you can inbox Marco Polo, whatever. You can do that and I will make another video. And if you're following this channel and if you're following our cleanse, we're actually going to be doing, I think, a live video next week showing you some of the meals that I prepare at our home that is full of all of the nutrients, which is perfect for when you're pregnant and when you're not pregnant. So you can make sure you watch that video so you can catch some of the meals that we make. And I hope this was beneficial. I hope this answers some of your questions. And I think that's it. Peace and blessings.